I'm often asked, Winifred, how are you able to do so much, excel at everything, and then produce excellent results whilst at it? And to that I answer, I have mastered the art of consistency. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my secret formula on how I'm able to do it. Let's get right into it, shall we? Before we go into the video for today, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now will be a very good time for you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell just right beside it so you can get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, especially if leveling up is of importance to you. And of course, join our email list community, because on the email list platform, I send out very valuable information that can help you as well on your level up journey. And I dare say to you that you're missing out on a whole lot if you're not on that platform. So click the link in the description box down below to join the email list community today so that you can get access to our email newsletters, okay? In my honest opinion, I believe that consistency is actually one of the most important prerequisites for achieving success, if not the most important. And I dare tell you that when you master the art of consistency, it literally is one skill that can help scale you up and take you to the next level in whatever it is that you're doing. In simple terms, I have defined consistency as the repetition of actions for a prolonged period of time to accomplish a desired result. And I have also said it is making a commitment and seeing it through till the very end until you've accomplished your goal. As simple as the term consistency is, a lot of people are still struggling with it in today's modern society. And you may be wondering why. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you the causes of lack of consistency and the remedies so that you can start staying consistent and produce results for yourself in whatever endeavor that you are involved in. But the very first things first is I'm going to share with you some of the main reasons why people do not stay consistent. I put down here that some of the main reasons that people do not stay consistent include the lack of vision, lack of having clear goals, lack of adequate knowledge and the acquisition of soft skills, lack of ideas, lack of passion, lack of resources, lack of discipline. I also put down here that some people don't stay consistent because of the fear of failure, having unclear priorities, imposter syndrome, boredom due to lack of instant gratification or reward, procrastination. It's another reason why people stay inconsistent, giving into excuses, having doubts in one's ability, external distractions, emotional instability, and having unrealistic expectations of whatever endeavor that you are involved in. So these are just a few of the reasons why some people or most people aren't consistent in their endeavors. But before I go into sharing with you the practical tips that can help you master the skill called consistency, I put down a few things that I would like you to know about this term consistency. And the very first one that I put here is that to be consistent at something, you have to first figure out what that thing is, which is pretty much you figuring out what your purpose is or what your drive is or what your passion is. You can't be consistent at something that you haven't quite figured out yet. Second thing I put down here is consistency does not translate to doing things perfectly every time. People have this notion that consistency equals perfection. No. Consistency is just showing up when you have to show up regardless of how you feel or regardless of the situation. Some days all you have to give is 20% to a particular project. Show up and give that 20%. That's what consistency means. Something else I'd like you to know about consistency is that you need to understand that life is a process and anything you do requires time and constant effort for that thing to grow. It's like a mother who just puts to bed and gives birth to a baby. She has to continue to nurture the child, tend to the child, care for the child, feed the child consistently every single day for that child to first get to the stage of becoming what? Of course, a baby, then a toddler, then the child grows into a teenager, and then an adult who can now take care of himself or herself. So the mother has to consistently put in the work to tend the child. But if she doesn't tend the child consistently, what's going to happen to that baby? The baby might end up hurting itself and even dying if it's not consistently attended to. Something else that I want you to note on at this point is expecting to see sustainable results just after your first try at something is like expecting the sun to shine at night time. People want instant gratification. You want to just do the barest minimum and think that you're going to get the results, or you want to show up just once and reap the benefits of someone who has shown up 100 times. That's not how it works. So always know that expecting to see sustainable results requires you to consistently show up and put in the work so that you can see the results that last and are sustainable over a long period of time. Something else that I want you to know, the danger of not staying consistent is that every time you stop when you're supposed to be consistent at something, you take 10 steps back. And when you want to start again, you are not starting from where you stopped. You are starting right from the very beginning. So imagine you set out on to do something and you start the journey. You put in all the effort, and 2 weeks later, because challenges come along the way, you now stop along the way. Now you stop. You gained momentum. You started. You gained energy. You were gaining skill. You were gaining things. Then you stop. And then you leave it for a long period of time. Now, when you want to come back and start that thing again, you are not starting from that point where you stopped. You are starting from what? Square one. So that's the main danger of not staying consistent, because you literally would always go back to the starting point. In fact, sometimes it gets harder the next time you want to try to do it again. So that's the danger of stopping when you know you should continue at something. The next thing I want you to note about consistency is it is the little things performed consistently over time that produces great results. Again, starting and stopping something is not what gives you the results. Starting and continuing at it and continuing to show up, whether you feel like it or not, is what actually gives you great results. And then finally, the last thing I want you to note about consistency is giving up after the first sign of trouble is like abandoning the building of a house just because of a heavy stormy downpour. Consistency requires you to face a challenge head on. And that's why I said at the beginning of this video that consistency is a skill that you have to master. It's not just a term or a phrase. It is a skill. And only those who sit, pause, and understand what it is and then do the things that is required of them to master it are the ones who actually stay consistent. That's why with me, for example, I'm able to manage multiple businesses. Now, the ones you people know that I show online are the Delicious Foods brand, the Winning School of Elegance brand, and Lush Treats brand. So the Delicious Food is another channel that I have where I share food recipe videos and food recipe tutorials and shows like that. You can check us out on YouTube. I also have the Lush Treats by Delicious Foods, which is a catering company as well, where we make food for events, parties, social functions, and individuals as well. We have food boxes and stuff. And then the Winning School of Elegance brand is the one you're watching me on. We are on all the social media platforms. We're active. And some things that people don't even know about me is that I have multiple businesses that I own outside of social media that has nothing to do with social media. And today, someone asked me how I'm able to do it all. I think that the only thing I could come up with is the fact that yes, I'm diligent, I'm committed to my work, I'm a purposeful woman. But the one thing I know that has helped me do everything well is the fact that I'm very consistent and doing the different things that I have to do or playing the different roles I play in the different companies, organizations that I function in. Consistency is important. Consistently showing up, consistently executing the work, consistently managing the team, consistently being a creative director. I consistently wake up every morning at 3 a.m. I consistently develop recipes. I'm a consistent person. So if there's anyone that should be telling you anything about consistency, it should be me. I have mastered the art of consistency and I'm so proud of myself. And so I'm about to share with you some of the things that I know that I did that helped me master this art of consistency so that you too can be skillful at the art as well. Let's get right into it, shall we? So the very first thing that I've put down here on how you can master the art of consistency is you have to be certain of what your destination is and have a clear vision on what that destination looks like. Unfortunately, a lot of people are living life without having a vision for what their life should look like. It is very hard to stay consistent when you don't have a clear vision for what are the things you want to attain are. It is very hard to stay consistent when you don't have a destination or when you're not seeing where you are headed. So what is the vision for your life? What is the vision for your business? What vision do you have for your marriage? What vision do you have for your relationship? It is important that you are creating a clear vision. Clear vision is just having an idea of what your destination looks like so that you know exactly where you are headed and what you need to do to get to where you are headed. It's like someone who decides to set out on a trip. What's the first question Google Map asks you? It's to ask you, what is your destination? Without putting a destination, Google Map cannot help you go anywhere. But the minute you insert a destination, what does it look for? It starts to look for the right routes that you can take to get to your destination easily. So stop living life without having a destination. Have a vision for your life. What do you want your life to look like? So for example, the vision I see for my life is when I am in my 40s, I want to be that high value woman who is very confident, bold, courageous in herself, has life figured out to a very large extent, is married with children, has multiple businesses, has acquired assets, and has also gotten to that point of financial freedom where she's starting to acquire generational wealth. I also say that at that age, I want to be able to afford to travel to any country I want to travel to in premium style. That is, of course, using first class or even going with PJs. By PJs, I mean private jets. That's the vision that I see for myself. But at that age, I want to be able to say that I've touched lives. I've helped a lot of people, show them the way. I want to be living out my purpose, the purpose for which God has sent me to this earth. At that age, I'm saying that I want to be the woman who has written multiple books and created platforms that's helping people thrive on their level of journey. That's the clear vision I've seen for myself. Very first thing is you have to have a clear destination of where you are headed. If not, it is hard for you to stay consistent at something when you don't even know where you're going to. So the very first step is what? Set a destination by having a clear vision. Okay? Now, the second thing that helps you master the skill of consistency is breaking your vision down into clear goals and actionable steps with a solid plan. You have set a vision for yourself, right? The next thing is what? Break that vision that you're seeing down into clear goals. Very clear, precise goals that have actionable steps accompanied with it, and then of course a very clear plan. I put down here that a vision without qualitative and quantitative goals, without a good plan and without actionable steps is just what? A mere dream. So to make your vision into a tangible reality, you need to create a framework that includes your goals, clear plans on how you actually intend to achieve those goals, and then of course actionable steps. And then these goals can be broken down into yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, or even sometimes hourly goals. Now, I'm going to give you an example. If the vision or the destination you have set for yourself, right, looks like you acquiring financial freedom at a certain age, don't just stop at, okay, that's the vision that I have. You now start wishing, okay, you're hoping and waiting that luck will happen, something will happen and make you financially free. No, don't just stop at wishful thinking. I wish I could be financially free at 40. I wish I could be financially free at 50. Don't just stop there. You need to now what? Set goals, create a plan, and then actionable steps you can take that allows you to what? Make that vision of becoming financially free at a certain age, make it a reality. So if I were you, and that is the vision I'm seeing for myself, the very first thing I'm going to do is what? Set goals. Your goals can be broken down to look something like this. I'm acquiring adequate knowledge on financial literacy. I'm creating a personal financial budget system for myself to keep proper records of my finances. Another goal is I'm cutting down on my spending by 50% to enable me achieve my goals. Next thing after creating the goal is what? You create a plan, strategic plan on how you want to achieve those goals. Your strategic plan can look something like this. It can be you saying, okay, I'm going to go under the mentorship of someone who is already excelling at the goal that I want to achieve. And I'm going to put myself under their guide. Okay, who is this mentor? This mentor, this mentor. Okay, I've identified this mentor. The next thing I'm going to do is, how do I get to him? Do I go through his social media account? Do I send him an email? Okay, I'm going to send him an email, or I'm going to go to his office. That is what? The plan that you have created. Another plan can say, okay, I'm going to be buying specific books. The goal is what? I'm going to read books. The plan is what? Okay, these are the specific books I'm going to read to acquire the knowledge, or this is the course I'm going to buy. You now have a plan. I'm going to save up 20,000 naira to buy this course so I can read it, acquire the knowledge, and then go closer towards my vision of reality. That's another plan. Another plan can be, I'm going to work at a financial institution for 10 years so that I can learn everything I want to learn about money. That's a plan. Another plan to help you achieve your goal is, okay, from today, I'm going to stop eating out. I'm going to start cooking more of my meals in my house. Okay, what I need to do is what? I will have a meal plan. I will go have a shopping list. I will go shopping. That's a plan. So at this point, we've created the goal and then we've created the plan. The next thing is what? Take the actionable step. Now, the actionable steps you can take can look something like, okay, the very first plan on my list is what? To find a mentor. I have identified this mentor and this is how I want to what? Reach him through going to his office. So my actionable step is on Monday, I am going to get up, have a bath, dress up, go out and go to the office of this person to meet them to ask for their for their mentorship services. Or on Monday morning, I'm going to send an email to this person. You draft out the email and you actually send it. That's the actionable step that's going to help you accomplish your goal. The next step is, okay, you go to the bookstore. You take your legs, go to the bookstore, buy the books. The next thing you do is what? You search for YouTube channels that can actually teach you more about financial literacy. In that way, you have not just created a vision for your life. You have set the goals, you have created the plan, and then you have done the actionable steps. That is what helps you stay consistent. When you break it down like this, you know exactly what you are supposed to be doing. And you only stay consistent when you know you have a plan that is actually within your control and you can execute. People don't stay consistent because they don't have a plan. They don't know what to do. Sometimes they don't know what to do. They don't understand how to do what to do. But when you've broken it down into having a destination, creating your goal, creating the plans, creating the actionable steps you need to take to achieve your goal, I promise you there's no way you will not stay consistent. Take that beautiful vision and dream of yours. Create a goal, create a plan, create actionable steps and make it into an amazing reality. That's how you stay consistent. I've given you an example. Use the example that I've given you to create yours that is specifically tailored to your own destination or your own vision. And a few questions that I want you to answer under this point before we move on is, what vision am I seeing of myself? What do I desire for myself to look like in 5 years? What do I desire to be? What do I desire to have? What do I desire to be doing? What are the things I'm seeing that I would want to be? If I could be anything in this life that I wanted to be, what is that thing that I would be? The second question is, what are the things I need to start doing today to help me pull that vision out of my dreams into what? A reality. Answer these two questions with so much passion and do it from an active point of view. Do it from an active place and watch what's going to happen. Once you have outlined it and said, okay, this is where I want to be, these are the things I need to do, start taking action. Once you have all the actions in place, I promise you there's no way you're not going to stay consistent. So do that today, okay? And the third one on my list that can help you master the skill of consistency is discipline yourself to regularly do the actionable steps aligned with your goals, regardless of how you feel. Under mastering the art of consistency is a skill called discipline. Yes, discipline is a skill on its own and not a lot of people have that skill. And if you can master the skill of discipline, I promise you there is no way you will not be consistent. I put down here that discipline is simply training yourself by managing your thoughts, managing your emotions and behaviors in order to achieve specific outcomes. It is the ability to master self-control. So mastering the skill of discipline allows you to choose actions and make decisions that are in line with the fulfillment of achieving and attaining your goal. So I'm going to use the goal of gaining financial freedom at a certain age to give an example. So if, for example, your desire is to have that financial freedom at a certain age, you cannot be jeopardizing the vision by doing things that are not helping you achieve the goals that you have set or the actionable steps that you have set. So if, for example, one of the actionable steps is you're going to wake up early on Monday morning to go to the office of the mentor, the person who you want to mentor you, to ask or solicit their service. You can't now say on that Monday morning, if you're supposed to wake up at 4 a.m. to meet the appointment on time, that at 4 a.m. you are still on your bed sleeping. You are jeopardizing you're jeopardizing the vision. So you're oversleeping. So if your goal is to get financial freedom, you can't be overspending. That's a behavior that is not in line with the accomplishment of your goal. You can't be watching movies and partying when you're supposed to be using that time to acquire knowledge or invest in yourself or do things that actually help you accomplish your goal. If you're partying and Netflixing and chilling, what time do you have to gain the knowledge or read the books that help you gain financial literacy so that you can be on your way to overcoming what? Or to achieving that goal that you have set for yourself. So you can't be jeopardizing the vision by having behaviors that are not in line with the things you want to accomplish. What you want to do instead is what? Cultivate thoughts and behaviors that are in line with the things you want to accomplish. The behaviors include things like waking up early to study or start your day on time, dedicating ample time to read the books that help you develop wealth consciousness, putting away that feel-good moments to read a chapter or two of a book. So you start to create behaviors that are in line with the goals that you want to set. Discipline requires you to what? Get up in the morning when you don't even feel like getting up. Discipline requires you to what? Go to the gym and work out even when you don't feel like going to the gym to work out. So if you can master the skill of discipline, you will be able to master the skill of consistency. So what I want you to do under this point is take a deep dive into your behaviors, your actions, your emotions, your thoughts, and bring some awareness into the things that may be hindering you from actualizing or fulfilling your goals, or even the things that are actually helping you, but you don't know that they are helping you because you have not brought some awareness to them. So you want to be focusing on those things that are helping you and doing more of those things, and the things that are not helping you, you want to take them away from your life, remove them from your behavior, and then learn new behaviors. Now, this is where having role models and mentors come into play, because you can look up to someone who is already or has attained the things you want to attain, study them and observe them to see how they do the things that they do. That's where they come in play. So to make the assignment very easy for you, I have put down some questions that you can ask yourself under this point. What do I need to stop doing to help me accomplish my goals? I'm laughing because I actually answered the question for myself while I was preparing for this note, and I'll tell you my answer. After I've asked you the 3 questions, I'll tell you my answer and my thought process for answering it the way I answered. The second question is, what do I need to start doing to help me accomplish my goals? The third question you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to continue to do more of to help me accomplish my goals? So the reason I laughed was, for me, when I was answering, mine is in the area of one of my major goals for the year is to get to a particular place in my body physically. Like, I want to be so physically fit that I'm well, like my body is well toned. When I was writing the question, the answer to question 1, which is what do I need to stop doing to help me accomplish my goals, is I wrote, I need to stop snacking or eating after 7 p.m. And then what do I need to start doing to help me accomplish my goals is the answer I wrote is I need to start taking a short walk after each meal, after eating each meal. And then the answer to the third question, what do I need to continue doing more of to accomplish my goals? And the answer I wrote here is I need to continue staying consistent with going to the gym. This one was just for my fitness life, and I just wanted to point out some examples for you. Of course, I have goals for every other area of my life, but this was just a quick example that I could use to help you answer the question. So use this model or use this framework as a guide, or use these questions as a guide to answer the questions for yourself. This would definitely tremendously help you master the skill called discipline so that you can master the art of consistency. Because truth of the matter is that when you're disciplined at something, there is no way you will not get up to do the things that are required of you to do consistently so that you can achieve your desired result, your desired goals, and then ultimately bring that vision of your life and make it what? A beautiful reality. The next thing that you should do that can help you master the art of staying consistent is you have to eliminate excuses. And the one way to do that is by creating a solid reason why. This solid reason why is the fuel that drives your passion. It is the fuel that drives your motives and your intention. It is the fuel that keeps you running and going, even when everything seems to be against you. Have a reason why, not just a reason, have a solid reason why you choose to do anything. That is the reason that keeps you going. That is the reason that actually gets you up at night to put in the work when you want to do what you want to do. I put here that your solid reason why is what keeps you going when it seems like the actions and the effort you are putting in is not producing for you immediate results. There's such a thing as delayed gratification when it comes to mastering the art of consistency. And one of the things that help you stay calm and hopeful and continue and keeps you putting in the effort is what? Eliminating excuses by creating a solid reason why. What is your solid reason why? Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Why do you want to embark on that course? Do you have a solid reason why? Is it because everybody else is doing it, or because it probably gives you joy, brings you fulfillment, brings you satisfaction, makes you money, makes you a better person, helps you become a high value individual, helps you advance, that thing helps you advance your purpose. That thing makes you look confident. That thing makes you bold. That thing makes you strong. Why do you do the things you want to do? What is your solid reason why? That's the question you need to answer for yourself under this point. And when you have successfully answered the question of your solid reason why, I promise you, you would always show up and show out each time you are required to show up for anything that you have to do that helps you fulfill the vision that you have for your life, okay? So there's a million reasons that will pop up on why you should never accomplish anything. There's a million excuses you can give. Your responsibility is to ensure that you create that solid reason why that keeps you from saying no to any form of excuse. So when the excuses are coming up, you're saying, this excuse is not going to stop me because this is my reason why I'm doing this and I must accomplish that reason. And some questions that I've put under this point that can help you eliminate excuses and give you a solid reason why is, the first question is, why do I really desire to accomplish this goal? Or why do I really desire to have this vision? Second question, is the accomplishment of this goal in line with the fulfillment of my overall purpose on earth? And the third question is, will the accomplishment of this goal bring me true fulfillment and satisfaction? These are the questions that you must answer so that you are able to identify what your solid reasons why are and if they actually are in line with the true fulfillment of your purpose on earth, okay? The next thing I put down here that can help you master the art of staying consistent is you need to create an environment that makes it easy for you to achieve your desired results. For example, I'll say again that if your goal is to be financially free at a certain age, one way you can easily create an environment to help you achieve that goal is what? Surround yourself with people of like minds. Number two, unfollow social media accounts that encourage you to overspend. They will keep influencing you to buy the things you know you don't need. Unfollow those accounts and rather follow accounts that teach you things on financial literacy, that teach you how to live a minimalistic life so that you can curb down on excess spending and start saving up your money. Follow accounts that are in line with the achievement of the goals that you have set for yourself and unfollow accounts that don't encourage those goals. That's how you set your environment up for success. So for example, if the goal you have set is the financial freedom, you should be able to pick up your phone and whilst you are scrolling on social media, even when you're scrolling mindlessly, everything that you are seeing as you are scrolling has something to do with the goal that you want to achieve. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be just financial freedom. It can be you want to enjoy a healthy, happy marriage. You follow accounts that that teach you things on how to have a healthy marriage. It doesn't also have to be just marriage. It can be you want to be a student who excels in her academics. Follow accounts that teach you how to be an excellent student. If you have multiple goals, for someone like me, of course, I already shared with you the vision for my life, and it involves the different areas of my life. I've said this before on this channel, if you come on my TikTok account, or if you come on my Instagram account, the people that I see on my feed constantly are the people that actually help me achieve the goals that I've set for the different parts of my life. You won't find me following even if I'm following them, sometimes I mute and I restrict people so I don't see them on my timeline. So even if I follow them, I may not be seeing what they post because I've muted or restricted them. That's how I set up my environment for success. So It's important that you are setting up an environment that allows you to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. That's one way that you master consistency, because when you continue to see the things that are in line that help you achieve your vision, those are the things you would rather want to be doing and focusing your attention on and getting inspired by. Okay? So the question that I want you to answer under this point is, are the people or things around me hindering or encouraging the achievement of my goals? Answer that question sincerely. And the thing you do here is anything or anyone that's not encouraging the achievement of your goals, you need to take them out of your life. Yeah, that's one beautiful way to stay consistent. The next thing I've put down here to help you become a master at being consistent is you need to master the soft skills that help you easily achieve your goals. I've said this so many times to anyone who cares to listen. It is one thing to have a skill or be good at something, so you can be good at cooking. But only knowing how to cook is not going to help you thrive in life. There are things that we call or are called soft skills that you need a lot of that would help you on your journey. Having those skills or being masters at those skills would definitely help you stay consistent. What are soft skills? Time management is a soft skill. People management is a soft skill. Effective communication is a soft skill. Problem solving is a soft skill. Networking is a soft skill. Emotional intelligence is a soft skill. Decision making is a soft skill. Conflict resolution, having a positive mindset. These are not just terms or phrases. These are skills you need to equip yourself with. The ability to be innovative and creative. I realized that ideas flow easily to me, right? I realized how valuable that is, or that skill is, when I was in the presence of someone and I said, okay, give me an idea about something. And the person was like, no idea is coming to me. The next day I asked the person the same question, give me an idea about something. No idea. I'm like, you had 24 hours to think things through. You still haven't gotten one idea. The person said no. That was when I realized that ideas coming to a person quickly is a skill. And I was wondering, did this idea come to me from my mother's womb or from birth? No. I developed it over time by constantly staying inquisitive, studying, reading, getting other perspective, affirming that I'm a woman full of ideas and innovations and I'm very creative. And I realized that over time, any topic of any field, come to me, I will give you 10 ideas that you can put to work to do whatever you need to do. So that was when I realized that being innovative and creative is actually a soft skill. Another one is the ability to be flexible, not staying stuck like this is how it must be. No. If it's not this way, no. Flexibility is a soft skill. You need to master these soft skills. And of course, don't be overwhelmed by the list. These are things that you can master along the course of your journey. I'll use me as an example. When I started this whole thing, I started out because I really loved to cook. But when I started cooking, I realized that cooking was not going to take me far. If not, there's 1,010,000 people who know how to cook. You know what took me far? You know what helped me stay consistent? I mastered soft skills, decision-making skills, time management. I know how to manage my time effectively. I know how to manage people effectively, at least to a large extent. I know how to make decisions quickly. Of course, I didn't just know them. I had to learn them because I knew they were important for the accomplishment of my overall vision. And these things have helped me stay consistent. Because I have the networking skills, when I have an idea on what to execute and I know that I need so and so person, because I know how to network, I will not allow that idea go to waste. I will put my networking skills to work to ensure that idea comes to life. You see how that keeps a person going? That keeps me motivated. That keeps me doing, because I have a skill that I can use to do the thing that I want to do. So why would I waste it? Do you see how it works? So master these soft skills. They will help you tremendously on your journey. Okay? Before we go on with the video, just a quick reminder that the Art of Speaking course is still very much available for anyone who wants to level up on their communication skills. I just mentioned that Communication is a soft skill that we must acquire. And we have a course in the Winning School of Elegance community called The Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly course. And it's accessible for anyone who wants to level up in the way they communicate their thoughts, their feelings, and their ideas, whether in their personal lives or in their professional lives. So just click the link in the description box down below to get more information about the course and how you can access the course today so that you can be on your way to mastering this skill called communication. Alrighty, let's get right back into the video. The next point that I've put down here that can help you master the art of consistency is don't try to overwhelm yourself to master many things at once. Become a master at one thing first. So you know that you need to become a good time manager, and you know you need to become a good people manager. If you can simultaneously do the two without getting overwhelmed, fine. But if you can't, take it one at a time. So you say, okay, this week I'm going to do the things that help me become a good time manager. So you go find out what are the things are and then start applying those things. Forget about people for now. Focus on the time being a good time manager. And then when you have mastered the art of being a good time manager, maybe you give yourself a timeline. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to learn everything I need to learn about time management. After that 2 weeks, you've mastered that time management. Then you start with what? People management. So don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do too many things at the same time. You will get burdened up. You will burn out. And that's what makes you just stop and say, you know what, I beg, Otisumi, I'm not interested in this thing anymore. Please, 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 please. And then you give up and you don't continue. So please, I beg, don't overwhelm yourself by doing too many things all at once, okay? This next one is the most, okay, they're all important, but you see this next one, it's the one of the most important on my list on how you can master the art of consistency. And it is simply, don't rely on motivations and feelings. I'm going to read directly from my notes. I said, rely solely on the actionable steps you have outlined to help you achieve your goals and on the discipline and soft skills you have mastered along the way. That's the only way you can achieve your goals, whether you feel like doing them, whether you feel motivated by doing them, or whether the circumstances around you actually helps you, encourages you to do them. Focus on doing the things that need to be done. Don't focus on how you feel. That's how you stay consistent. I'm telling you the truth. Any super high achiever in this earth, I promise you, none of us ever feel like doing the hard work. You know what makes us get up to go do what we need to do? The vision of our lives that we have seen. That beautiful vision of, that girl over there, she has financial freedom. Okay, I can afford to travel if I want to. I don't have to beg anybody for money. I don't have to go to my uncle for money. I don't have to go to my auntie to beg for money. I don't have to beg anybody for money. I don't have to reduce or cheapen myself to make money. Because I have what? I'm seeing that girl in 5 years. She has financial freedom. Okay. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do the things that I need to do to achieve that vision. That's what keeps us going. The fulfillment from the achievement of that vision is what keeps us going, not feelings. I don't know if it's in this episode I said that 98% of the time that I have ever gone to the gym, I started going to the gym over 2 years ago, 98 or 96% of the time, I never felt like doing it. But you see what I remember? That Winnie in her bikini on the beach with her flat tummy. That Winnie wearing anything she wants to wear and feeling confident in it. Without feeling body shame or whatever. I see that vision, I'm like, okay, I must get up and I must go to the gym. That's what makes me get up and go. It's not how I feel. So stop waiting for your feelings to dictate your day. Stop waiting for your feelings to tell you what to do. Have that vision, and only your actionable steps and only your discipline and the soft skills you have acquired along the way should be your motivating factor to get up and do anything. Let me tell you something. You have power over your feelings, and you must know that. Stop giving in to your feelings. You wake up, you feel moody. I don't feel like doing it. Say no, not anymore, not from today. From today, when you don't feel like doing it is when you should actually do it. You don't feel like praying. That's when you should pray, my dear. And the beautiful thing I notice is that when you don't give in to your feeling immediately adjusts. When you get up and take that action, your feeling follows your action. And before you know it, you forgot that you were even feeling the way you were feeling at first. It works. That's how it works for me. So I said, my feelings will not subdue me. No, I will subdue my feelings, and I will refuse to give it expression. Rather, I will give expression to the things that need to be done to help me achieve the vision of that girl who can afford to fly all around the world in business or first class, flying premium, and is able to afford it without having to beg anybody for money or depend on a man for money. That's the vision I'm saying. I mean, that's one of the visions. Or that girl who is able to afford to buy her Range Rover. You guys get what I mean, right? So stop depending on your feelings to motivate or guide you. Rather, focus your attention on the actionable steps and the goals and the plan that you have written for yourself, and let that alone be your guide and your motivating factor every time you wake up. You will find that you will stay very consistent at what you have set out to do, okay? The next point that I've put down here on how you can master the art of consistency is reward yourself for consistent progress that you make over time. If possible, reward yourself every day. Reward yourself for the effort you have put into executing your actionable steps. And this can only happen if you assign tasks to your everyday. I always say, don't let the day run itself. Run the day. Run the day by assigning tasks to your day. Tell yourself that a day can only be called a successful day when you have accomplished the things you have written down to accomplish. If not, you will not call that day a successful day. Success is not when you have arrived. Success is in the everyday things you do and overcome that gets you closer to your overall vision, to your overall dream and your goals. So every day, tell yourself, okay, these are the things that I need to do to say that I had a successful day. And at the end of the day, when you've accomplished the task, reward yourself. Something I like to do when I've accomplished my task for the day is I reward myself by watching an episode or two of the TV series that I like. So when I'm done with the day's work, I'm freshening up and I'm resting in the bed on the bed, I bring out my iPad or I open up the TV and I'm watching an episode or two, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can watch a movie because I accomplished my task. If I didn't accomplish the task, there's no reward. So because I look forward to watching a movie at the end of my day, I would ensure that I accomplish everything on my to-do list. So reward yourself. Rewarding yourself is actually a good way to encourage yourself to keep going. Because when there's a reward at the end, it motivates your actions and makes you keep going. And the very final point that I've put down here on how you can master consistency is continue taking those actionable steps that you have outlined. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time, regardless of how slow the results or outcomes may be. I said it at the beginning of this video that anything worth doing requires a process and it takes time before you start to see results. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes years. Yes, you have to put in the work consistently. I gave the analogy of a mother who has birthed a child, a baby. For the baby to grow up into a successful adult or a teenager, she has to consistently nurture, care for, and take care of the child. So, if you say you want to get involved in anything, you need to consistently nurture that thing. If, for example, your goal is to have a healthy body, or be fit, or lose a certain amount of weight, you can't do 1 week of clean eating and exercising and say that you would accomplish your results. No. You need to consistently get involved in going to the gym or working out and eating clean for a long period of time for you to accomplish your goal. So stay at it. My dear, I'm begging you, don't give up at the first sign of trouble. Remember what I said earlier? The person who gives up at the first sign of a challenge is like that person who is building a house and then abandons that house because there's a stormy tempest storm that has come to charge up the environment. Don't give up your dreams just because of a challenge. You are stronger than a challenge. You are bigger than a challenge. You are tougher than a challenge. You have what it takes to overcome that challenge. So what do? Face it head on. Look at it, dissect it, bring it out, understand what that challenge is, And I tell you something, in every challenge is the solution. So instead of running away from it, bring it to your front and say, okay, Goliath, how about we get this sorted and over with? You pull out your sling and you sling the stone at the head of that thing like, okay, what do you want? What am I supposed to learn from this challenge? What am I supposed to learn? What is this thing trying to teach me? And I tell you, every time you face a challenge head on, you become stronger, wiser, tougher for it. So when you see trouble, don't run. Face trouble. Trouble is not stronger than you, I promise you. And that's why you need to develop those soft skills I mentioned earlier. They will help you navigate through challenges, problem-solving skills, decision-making skills. They will help you navigate through challenges. Networking will help you. You know who to call, who to contact, what to do, how to do it. Guys, life is sweet. Oh, it's so easy, but you need to ensure that you are taking it and living it intentionally and strategically. And how do you do that? Following these points that I've shared with you. That's pretty much how you can stay consistent on a daily basis and thrive and win at everything that you have set out for yourself to do. So the last thing that I want to say to you before I go is, Rome was not built in a day. So consistently build the mansion of your life by laying up the foundation and the structure one brick at a time. That's how you stay consistent and that's how you win. That's pretty much all that I have for you for today's episode. Let me know in the comment section if there is anything that I missed out that can help us stay consistent so we can continue to learn together on this level up journey. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, remember to stay elegant and consistent. Bye.